everything that's associated with Nigeria has pointed a systemic failure that anyone who is sincere to himself would know that the country is heading nowhere. Our oil being stolen massively, and other activities that we have seen within this time that have been contributory to the instability and the impoverishment of the country had all pointed as an evidence that the country is heading nowhere. Look at how much the youth are moving from this country. A mass. That is a sign to show that the system has failed in its entirety. Nobody cares to be a Nigerian. The image is plundered, even with how much that we have. Nothing to show. And this country, until such a time, we all understand that Nigeria will have to be forced to develop. And Nigeria will have to be forced to wake up. And that will require everyone rising up, speaking one same language. Unfortunately, those of them who are in the military, who are even also victims, would always respond in a manner defending this illegality. Maybe they have other ways that they get their own succor. Maybe they are being tipped by these people who have conspired. Maybe they have some level of benefit from them. But in reality, I have seen a whole lot of them, or most of them are my friends. All they are passing through is similar to what the ordinary Nigerians are going through. So, such this time, we should all have this consideration that Nigeria ought to be held responsible. When I talk about responsible, the leaders ought to be held responsible for all them to account for every much of what is going on in this country. Just imagine the Niger Deltans, who are even the owners of this oil, are living in abject poverty, environmental degradation, a whole lot of things have been going on. And yet, these people would continue to conspire, continue to organize themselves and steal the same oil illegally. The fact that they are even extracting it and selling it, giving a little percentage for the development of Niger Delta is not even enough. Where it is not even getting to the rural communities, the people whose oil are being carted away. Yet we are seeing it even stolen illegally. That is to tell us that the system is entrenched in a high level of corruption and illegality that cannot be accounted, that cannot in any way be taken away, that cannot be remedied in any form, calling for us to all organize ourselves and march for change. Until then, we will just continue to be spectators and wailers, wailing at no cost. Imagine how much oil have been stolen. Imagine how much these politicians continue to conspire. Would we say that they are not aware? This is not just an event that started yesterday. And I will tell you that the country had continually traded on this path for a very long time. And this is the reason for the widespread hunger, even with all much that we have. If you know that this country, is not ever ready to grow out of its woes. Give Nigeria 1 million years, it will continue to be this way until such a time the citizens rise up and say enough is enough. Until then, we will just continue to be wailers, complainers, and spectators.